Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Starman Just Watched. I'm Devin. With me is Billy. Woo! And Billy was very eager to get this one done, so this is very much going to be Billy running the show. But The Iron Claw, which is a wrestling documentary for the Von Elker family. Von Erich. Almost close.
Close.
Almost had it. So yes, this is a newer movie too.
Yeah, this came out just before Christmas.
And what a trip it is.
Yes.
So, simple plot is it's a documentary on the Von Erichs.
Yeah, biopic about the Von Erich family who always claimed that they were cursed.
Yeah. And considered one of wrestling's greatest wrestling families?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering what their claim to fame was, because the curse isn't your claim to fame. But yeah, so this is going to be a different Just Watch, because there's not really, like, we can go for the plot, but it's just the history of the Von Erichs.
Yeah.
So, and Kevin is basically our main focal point.
Yes, he's the only survivor.
Yeah. And I'm just trying to remember Carrie, David, Michael?
Mike?
Those are the other brothers that we see.
Yeah.
There's one who's not appearing in this film, as you pointed out.
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah. And
Technically the oldest, Jackie.
Yeah.
Jack Atkinson, named after Fritz. Fritz's real name is Jack Atkinson.
Okay.
Yeah, he died when he was 7. He was electrocuted and drowned.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay, let's go through each one's story. How about that?
Okay.
So, we'll go through by order of death. So, David is our first.
Yes.
And I'm trying to remember David's... Help me out here. You're going to have to do a lot of talking.
Yeah. No, he was sick before he went to Japan.
Yeah.
And
I know the death, but I want to build up who he was before we do the death.
Okay, yeah, so...
Yeah, no sense saying, he died of whatever before we even know who he is.
No.
But David is the second eldest, or...
Yeah,
after Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin is second eldest, David would be third eldest.
Yeah.
And they were tag team partners for a long time?
Yeah, David was brought in when they first started wrestling and all that.
Yeah.
And then David started becoming the Mopako one.
Yeah, because David's better on the mic.
Yeah. And everyone thought he was going to be a WWE champion.
Yeah. And
it was
quite possibly could have.
And I think it was really decided that he was going to win the title.
Yeah.
But then...
tragedy strikes.
Yeah.
But yeah. We'll talk about the dad after.
Yeah,
because the dad's kind of the linchpin for all of this, I find.
Yeah, this movie really, that's the thing, all the stuff I've read and seen, that people always, criticize Fritz, the big mean Fritz, beat up the kids, made them wrestle and all that.
Yeah.
But then Kevin always defended him, but I can see why that was Kevin's dad.
Yeah.
So,
you're going to defend your dad.
Yeah.
Even if he was a terrible person. But also you got to remember the age of the dad and how he grew up.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, his backstory.
Yeah.
They don't talk about much. When he wrestled, he started off as a German heel, a Nazi heel.
Yeah. So there's a reason why he probably didn't get a title shot. That kind of background history in your wrestling career. Don't want people to see that as their world champion. Anyway, moving on. So Kevin and David were brought into the wrestling, that they followed their father's.
Yeah, Kevin started first, then Dave is.
Carrie was going to be an Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah, Carrie was like wrestling actually at this point too, but in the movie they had to take a few liberties.
Yeah. This is where, like, your knowledge and then the movie, I was like, I have to view it from the person who doesn't know the history and what the movie tells me that I gotta believe.
Yeah.
So, from what I saw, is Kerry was going to be a gold medalist, but then...
Yeah, he actually had his discus belt, he would have won gold.
Yeah.
But then
The
he kind of
US
boycotted
coach.
the Moscow Olympics, and
Yeah. Kerry couldn't participate, and then fell into wrestling.
yeah.
But he was already in wrestling, so
Yeah.
it wasn't real. Like,
Yeah, like...
the way the movie shows and the way it actually happens are way different.
Yeah.
And that's kind of sad.
Yeah, because there's a few other instances later that's...
Yeah.
I'll explain, right?
And then Michael, who wanted to be an art musician,
Yeah, like
artist, like he was not the physically fit type.
No.
Like he was not in bad shape, but he was never going to be an Olympic athlete or a wrestler.
No, like a big enough name like the other brothers.
Yeah. And he just didn't have an interest anyway.
No. Yeah, he debuted, I think, I want to say 82?
Yeah, this was what shocked me is when he did debut. I was like, why is he wrestling? But
yeah, because
later in the movie, they do explain his kind of motivation.
Yeah.
That everyone wanted him to be David at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, like, just like David, like, because he was still wrestling before David passed away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's the thing. They never showed them that they were wrestling before these events happened.
Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, that's...
It just feels like they were forced into this by one reason or another.
Yeah. Because, like I said, like, I read like some documentaries on them and several books.
Yeah. So Billy knows his stuff. I gotta come
Most
in.
of the time.
Most of the time. But I gotta come in as the new guy.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, back to David.
Yeah.
And basically, this is during Kevin's wedding.
Yeah, which, once again, happened earlier.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
how...
We keep correcting the history of the movie. Billy will be here
I know,
all
I-
freaking night.
I know.
So, if you want the actual story, go look at actual documentaries. This
Yeah.
movie is kind of like the clip notes.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so he gets sick, and but then he has to go to Japan.
Yeah. To wrestle Ric Flair, is it? No.
No, it wasn't. It was just to get exposure in Japan.
Yeah. If he beat Ric Flair in Japan, he would have a chance.
No, I think they said that he go on the road, like get some wins and.
I'm sure I heard Ric Flair's name dropped in that. But
But he had to get over with the Japanese fans.
yeah.
That's what they meant.
Yeah. No, I didn't say like
Oh yeah.
like he has to prove that he's capable.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean,
Yeah.
and what we're saying sounds like two different things. But we
Yeah,
mean
but
the
it's
same
all.
thing. He has to do good in Japan, and then he gets a chance at the title.
Yeah.
That's how that was going to play it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
They ends up having the end of it actually having acute tendonitis, and they found him dead in a hotel room.
yeah, his intestines exploded.
Ruptured, yeah.
Yeah. Not a good way to go.
No, and
Oh yeah, the irony of that is if they would have went to the doctor, they could have saved him with antibiotics.
yeah, and then the part that they left, I was writing this, one of the parts that when they actually got informed when David died,
Yeah.
it was when the officials of All Japan calls one of the referees who world class,
Yeah.
and he's like, they answer his bones, yeah, David Mann, Joe Gucci, All Japan Pro Wrestling, David Von Erich, dead.
Yeah.
That's. I'm like, okay, can you let they didn't put that in the movie? Because that's.
Yeah. a little insensitive, but Japan's very much get to the point.
Yeah.
So. Alright. Next is Michael.
Yeah. So he ends up suffering his shoulder in a match in Tel Aviv,
Yeah.
over in Israel. And then, as a developing top of shock syndrome of the surgery and went in a coma. We had like 107 degree temperature.
Yeah, for 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours.
Yeah, that did some damage.
Yes. There's a lot of you guys, a lot of wrestlers say, like, well, if you have come to that, would probably try some of your brain.
Oh yeah, no, his brain was fried.
Yeah.
And even being in a coma also does some damage.
Yeah.
So when he came out, he wasn't quite all there.
No.
And perfectly understandable.
Yeah.
But the family that he's in kind of pushes you a little harder than you need to.
Right? Like,
And especially when he was the black sheep to start with.
yeah, because like, so, like, it seemed like they didn't want him doing his music.
Yeah.
Like, sneak out to go to this
Gig,
gig.
yeah. So he ends up unaliving himself. Unfortunately, we can't say the other words.
Yeah.
Gotta keep. But.
Took some pills, drank a beer,
And walked off somewhere.
took a sleeping bag, and just,
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
yeah.
And then Carrie.
Yeah. He actually got signed to WWF,
Yeah.
won the IC title, and just had some marital issues. But they only tell the movie, and
Here's a few things they've cut out for Carrie, I find.
yeah.
One is they show the motorcycle,
Yeah.
but they don't really show an accident, but they cut to him missing a leg.
Yeah. And it's like after he wins the NWA title,
Yeah.
which I'm like, I had to correct him on this.
Yeah, that's like 2 years difference
Yeah.
from what the movie showed.
Yeah.
The movie made it like the next day he partied, drank, and then got on the motorcycle.
Yeah, because of how he actually won the title and dropped it 2 weeks later with Ric Flair. He
Yeah.
only held it for 2 weeks because the NWA didn't see Carrie as a reliable champion,
Yeah.
so they dropped him 2 weeks later to Japan.
Yeah. And see, that would make way more sense for him to get drunk and go on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Because that high of being champion to be taken away in 2 weeks and
Yeah.
then sit on that for 2 years.
Yeah.
Just. Something breaks.
Yeah.
The next day after didn't make any sense.
No.
So I wish they kind of explained that better.
Yeah. Yeah, he loses his leg and he still wrestles.
He still wrestles with one leg.
Yeah.
He has a prosthetic other boot.
Yeah, he has a prosthetic foot because he loses his foot.
Yeah.
And that was it was never known, but a lot of people didn't know. It did get exposed once during the match.
Yeah.
He was wrestling Colonel De Beers, and during the match, by accident, Colonel De Beers pulled off the boot.
Yeah. Didn't they go for an ankle lock or something?
I can't remember how the story went.
Yeah. I heard ankle lock,
Yeah.
but that's rumors on the internet.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that's still impressive to wrestle in
Yeah, like
that condition that well.
yeah, like and he like got praised that he was able to do what he did with just one foot.
Yeah. But eventually he unalives himself too.
Yeah. With the Christmas present they gave his father,
Yeah. The Smith Weston.
357.
Yeah. You know your guns better than I do.
Now this scene when they do it is actually how they found the brother that's not in Chris,
Yeah.
because Kevin did not find Carrie, who was just the father.
Yeah. And that's it for brothers, really.
Yeah.
So let's go back to Kevin and his story. Because Kevin was the favorite son for a while.
Yeah, he was the first one in the business.
Yeah. But, and I want to get talking to the dad, so we're gonna.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
This. He ends up owning the company his dad runs.
Yeah, he bought World Class if he didn't realize what a word.
Yeah, I saw.
and realized that the money wasn't.
Yeah, the books
Books
weren't adding up. And it kind of hinted the father may have cooked the books a little.
Yeah, because when he's like, why do you think we were able to live like this?
Yeah, you think living like this came free? And
Yeah.
like, well, thanks, Dad, for like taking our money
Yeah.
and using it on yourself.
So then Kevin ends up selling this.
Yeah, against his dad's wishes. But
Yeah. To Jeff Jarrett's dad.
yes.
And then they actually changed the name from World Class to USWA.
Yeah. And he also gets married, has 4 kids,
Yeah.
and like 14 grandkids
Yeah,
or
15
something.
grandkids. I think.
Yeah. So he gets like he got out pretty good.
Yeah, and actually Ross and Marsha are wrestling now.
Oh wow.
So the family and Carrie's daughter wrestles for a little bit.
Oh nice.
They're Lacey
Okay.
because I know David did have one kid, but it died shortly after.
Yeah, but it happens,
Yeah,
unfortunately. And so let's get the dad in here, because this is the linchpin for a lot of the strategy in my mind, or
Yeah.
the way the movie portrays him.
Jesus. Yeah.
He looks like he was the cause for all of this.
Yeah.
And you can correct this. Like, I don't think he was that bad of a dad in
No.
real life.
But like I said, like just different stories I've been hearing, and
Mhm. So his dad's whole goal in life was to get the heavyweight championship
Yeah.
in the house.
the NWA.
Yeah. And since he couldn't do it himself, he wants one of his sons to do it. And kind of pushes all his sons to wrestling at
Yeah.
points in their life.
Yeah, because he said like there's an old interview that says like, don't ever mind that one day all my sons will be world heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
I'm like,
announces that on live TV.
yeah.
Also, just when they're sitting around the table there, and then he's like, the rankings. He's
Oh
like,
yeah.
right now, Kevin's the favorite, and goes through like Kevin.
No, Carrie. Everyone knows who's my favorite. Then Kevin, then David, then Mike. But the rankings can always change.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I was like, thanks, Dad.
because I remember in an interview that's what Kevin says. Like, hey, I'll take number 2 any day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But just that pressure he kept putting on.
yeah, like,
And then these things happen, like David's better on the mic than Kevin.
Kevin, yeah, like,
So it looks like the favoritism switches over to Kevin or David.
yeah.
And it seems like Kevin gets shoved right to the side.
Yeah, and it's like,
And yes, you grow up and you get used to that, but you shouldn't have to.
right.
'Cause Kevin was showing very good promise, he just couldn't do a promo.
No. And then the match was out of race.
Yeah.
Because he apparently suplexed him on the ground and took forever to
Yeah.
him.
He almost got Canada Air.
Yeah, and Britt just says that's how they test you.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I was like, okay, I expect that to be a thing.
yeah.
Just to be ready for anything. But it's just like, the dad had this, it's never good enough. The only way you would ever be good enough is if you brought the heavyweight championship in
Yeah.
the house. And then as soon as it's gone, you're back to the square one.
Yeah.
It's just some of the digs, like the match with Ric Flair where Kevin loses it.
Oh, you see as he's coming out, like he's
Yeah. He's got murder in his eye. And gets disqualified for holding a submission, the iron claw
Yeah.
on things for too long.
yeah, like past the 5 count.
Yeah. And they're like, what the hell happened? And he's like, I don't know. I just snapped and lost it, really. And then at Christmas of all times, the dad's like, Kerry comes in because he's the Intercontinental Champion. He's
Yeah.
like, the second greatest title. next to the World Heavyweight Champion that your brother Dave or Kevin lost or messed up. I was like, thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that's like, you boys have to sort it out yourselves.
Yeah, it was
always his next line to go to. So it's like, I need you to look after Carrie. He's in a bad state.
Yeah, like Kevin calls him after Carrie on phones that he just
Had enough and wants out.
yeah.
Like, of life.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need you to just keep an eye on him. I'm coming over to check on him, but watch him.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, you do
And
yourselves. I'm like, oh.
yeah. The hell, Dad? He's your son. You're gonna sit there and tell me your son's in a dire state, and you're just gonna be like, no, your brother gotta handle it. Alright, we should wrap this up a bit. We're running long.
Yeah. Like I said, there's one brief touch, one thing that I thought they were gonna do touch in the movie. You briefly see him in the ring. This scene where Carrie's tagging with another guy. No, not Carrie. Kevin's tagging with another different guy.
Yeah.
And one tag in.
Yeah.
That's Lance Von Erich. That was the fake cousin.
Oh.
And I thought that was gonna be part of it because after I think it was after I forget which one.
Yeah.
But they just made another wrestler on the west coast of Von Erich. Said it was Wallo's, like Fritz's storyline brother's son.
Yeah.
And the fans did not believe it.
No, of course not.
Oh.
Like, that whole interaction did not scream family.
Yeah.
Alright, so things we like about the movie and then things we hate about the movie.
I mean, like, I think, like, Zac Efron gave it, like, one plays Kevin.
Yeah.
Like, I think he did a tremendous job.
I think so too.
Like, and you not even knowing wrestling at all.
No, I was invested in this. And I'll even say I didn't cry, but my eyes stung a little.
Yeah, you're the lucky one.
Yeah. Yeah, Billy got emotional on this one. Nothing wrong with that.
No, because, like, I saw this in the theater, and I was fighting back tears when I saw this in the theater.
Yeah.
Because just the way, because I knew it was going to end with the way they set it up.
The ending is it's so hard. Like, whoever thought of getting the younger kid to be the oldest brother.
Yeah, that what got me.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, so where's the older brother? So was Jackie Jr.? I'm like, no. Like when I saw this, I'm like, they're not, and it turns around, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. Little Jackie Jr. still at the age when he died.
Yeah,
so.
and you just see Carrie hug him. I'm like, oh my god. I was tugging at your heartstrings that one.
Oh yeah. No, this movie did a good job of at least getting your emotions invested.
Yeah. And
alright, things we didn't like about the movie.
Like when I first saw it and I knew they were excluding Chris.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but then I heard in an interview with the director that's like, it's just way too many deaths. I'm like, you know what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Chris there, he had asthma, so he was never going to be as tall as the medicine he was taking.
Yeah. Fair enough. The guy who played Ric Flair.
Oh god, that was...
That, like, even as a non-wrestler, if you're watching this movie, you either know the Von Erichs, or you know wrestling, or you have some connection.
Like Ric Flair.
And Ric Flair is not an unknown wrestling name.
That only, like, diehard fans would know. Like,
yeah.
Everyone knows Rick.
Yes. From new to old, you know who Rick is at some point.
Yeah.
So, and Rick has a very distinct personality.
Yeah.
Now, I know you can't get actual Ric Flair.
No.
But you could have tried a little harder.
Like, a little. Like, I did the joke with someone that they should just got Will Ferrell do it because he appeared on that sort of Eastbound and Down as which movie was on that just as a character or something,
Yeah.
and the way he looked on the show, he looked like Ric Flair, and everyone said that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even take Will Ferrell.
Really, I would have. Alright, final thoughts before we wrap up.
No, I mean, like I said, for wrestling fans, if you really like the story of Von Erichs, this is one of the best movies.
Yes. For non-wrestling fans, if you want something that's going to tug at your heartstrings, this is still a good movie. You don't need to know the wrestling background to get the emotional story out of this.
No, because you're the second non-wrestling fan that I've seen Sheldon this too.
Yeah.
And he liked it.
Oh, yeah.
So he's
And I had reservations going into this because I don't like documentaries. I'm not really up to date with wrestling. And emotional roller coasters aren't also the things I can get involved in. But this did a good job of getting me involved. I didn't need to do a bunch of history searches. And I was just, I won't say entertained, but I was invested.
Yeah,
that's the best word I can say is just I was invested.
Yeah, because you said you invested in the characters and you were sad when someone...
Yeah, I was like, this is sad. I never feel sad when I watch these because I was like, okay, it's a documentary. It's not real at the end of the day. But something about the characters, just they did a good job of you know who they were.
Yeah,
or what you knew what dreams they wanted.
Yeah,
and what they were forced to do.
Yeah, and what they really want.
Yeah. Because Gary just wanted to be a gold medalist.
Yeah.
He would have been happy with that. Michael would have been happy as just a musician.
Yeah.
And David and Kevin could have been good wrestlers, yeah. And one of them could have got the heavyweight, and one of them could have got Intercontinental.
Yeah, right.
And then, even Kevin wanted to be a family man, actually.
Yeah,
when he met Pam.
Yeah. Yeah, he just wanted to sit down,
settle down, just be still wrestle, but not
full time.
Not a full-time thing, just enough to get the bills paid.
Yeah, because that's what Jerry told him when he sold it to him, that he can still wrestle for them, and he said they appreciate the help.
Alright, but with that though, we do have to call the episode here, so thank you all very much for watching.
I used to be a brother, now I'm not even a brother.